And the machine has done some creasing for us on those, so we'll go ahead and fold the wings up. And the wings are the sections that have those holes. That's what our sculpture will be built on. And these little base pieces here are going to meet in the fold of our card. Now, what size card do you need? In general, if you're making a card, you're going to want a 6x6 card for your smaller sculptures. And those little guys there are just going to meet right in the fold of the card. Now, with pop-up dies, you've got to use a strong adhesive. You can't go wimpy and you can't go skimpy with your adhesive. So when I go to add adhesive to the base of those, I definitely want to use something like a tacky tape that's very strong, or one of my favorite liquid glues is Zip Dry paper glue. It's made by Beacon, and it's a wonderful, strong glue that dries fast. So we'll use the Zip Dry for these base pieces. And when I say you can't go wimpy, what I mean is you really want to cover your base piece with adhesive, and especially there next to that fold, okay? So if you start your adhesive somewhere else, your pop-up's just going to make a new fold next to your adhesive. So you really want to tell it, this is where my fold needs to go, and I'll do that by adding my adhesive right up next to the fold. And then we'll just glue that right inside our card, and then I'll repeat with this one over here. We'll meet that one next to this one over here. Okay, let's talk about the snowflake itself. It actually has 6 spokes, and 4 of those spokes just have a small little round hole in them. But the other 2 spokes are specially shaped. This one here has a rectangular hole, and this one over here has a notched spoke. And that notched spoke is meant to go through that rectangular hole on another snowflake, and that is how you can string these together horizontally and to make corners. So if you were going to make the base of our sculpture, we would need 2 snowflakes. So let me grab another one here. We would orient them both the same way. So we see we have notched spokes to the right and we have holed spokes to the left. And one more quick check. See that little rectangular hole right up there at the top? Notice it's a trapezoid at the bottom. So I'm looking at that little rectangular center hole. That needs to be oriented at the top on both snowflakes if you want to make a second and third story. If you're only making a single story, it doesn't matter. But if you want to be able to link them up and down, you do need to make sure that that rectangular hole is to the top. Now the machine has made some creases for me, so I'm just going to fold in the creases on that notched spokes to make it a little skinnier. And then I'm just going to go right through that rectangular hole. And these little holes here in the bottom of our snowflake are going to line up with the holes in the bottom of our base. And we don't even need adhesive. Now you could use adhesive, but I just say, let's just use some mini brads. Okay, we have added our base snowflakes inside our card. We've used 4 mini brads to attach it at the base there, so no adhesive was required. You actually have a working pop-up right now. So if I were to close this card, those are going to collapse flat, and then if I were to open it, they're going to stand up. And what's nice about just this very simple sculpture is that's a great little place maybe to put a couple photos. You could string something from here to here. Think about beads or ribbon. Lots of ways that you can embellish this as a very small little 2 snowflake sculpture. And you could even take other snowflakes like we were talking about earlier and use them flat on the card as embellishments so they don't have to be used 3-dimensionally.